Hello, dear friends. Nothing will be able to touch you if you manage to establish divine stillness within yourself. Yogananda said. Opinion piece. Unconquered light, excess energy, rising tension, unstable weak, divine darkness, overwhelming intensity, state of excessive alertness. Truce starting August 22nd. Great shift in consciousness. This will raise your frequency. Let's start. Unconquered light represents the idea of an extinguishable and victorious light, a symbol of hope, life, and triumph over darkness. Therefore, it can be understood as a light that is never defeated, a luminous energy that is always victorious and persistent, capable of overcoming any shadow of darkness. Light is associated with clarity, truth, life, spiritual revelation, or knowledge. On the contrary, divine darkness, according to Dionysius the Areopagite, expresses the experience of the soul's union with the divine when it transcends all knowledge. It refers to the state in which the soul, advancing in contemplation, surpasses both the sensible and the intellectual, and enters a realm where God can only be seen in the darkness that transcends all understanding. It is the supreme mystery, ineffable and transcendent, accessible only in the luminous darkness of not knowing and mystical silence, beyond all human light and knowledge. Dionysius describes this state as the place where the simple, absolute, and immutable mysteries of theology are revealed in the more than luminous darkness of silence. It is an experience of spiritual dazzlement, where the divine knowledge is more of a non-seeing or a not knowing, because divinity is inaccessible and incomprehensible to human reason. The spirit can penetrate even the divine mystery, stripped of all sensible perception and all intellectual concepts. The not knowing. The not knowing in St. John of the Cross refers to the state in which all science and rational knowledge of the human beings is insufficient or surpassed during the experience of mystical union. This is why he repeats the phrase, and I remained not knowing, transcending all science. This not knowing is not ignorance, but a form of higher wisdom that transcends intellectual knowledge. That is, a knowledge that cannot be explained by reason of words, because it is a direct, ineffable, and impossible to verbalize divine experience. It is the abandonment of all human knowledge to open oneself to the mystical experience, which surpasses all understanding and can only be received as a grace in solitude and inner silence. This is why he says, whoever knows how to overcome not knowing through the knowing will always be transcending. Over voltage or over energy. You are experiencing an energy over voltage. According to Intergalactic Council of Andromeda, you feel filled with a renewed sense of motivation and courage. You experience the fifth dimensional frequency as the great event approaches. This invigorating force will not relent and will continue to expand. This amplified energy acts as a catalyst, prompting us to free ourselves from the grip of illusion. The Earth is sensing this higher frequency. and it is causing many to question everything, including their purpose in life. You begin to delve deeper into what truly matters to you, examining your core beliefs and values. This introspection becomes a powerful impulse that pushes you to seek harmony into your authentic self. As, your, as you explore your motivations, you may discover that many of your thoughts and actions are not rooted in your true essence, but rather in external expectations or society pressures. Furthermore, this introspective nature of this energy compels people to deeply examine their motivation. It encourages critical analysis to determine where their actions and life choices reflect their true selves. This amplified and powerful energy motivates and encourages you to create fertile ground for your ascension and transformation. It invites you to deep introspection, ensuring that your thoughts, words, and actions resonate with your true self of life, a life aligned with your soul's purpose. Relief. At the end of the month, the energies of Virgo come to calm our cleansing process. Starting on August 22nd, a new path opens with the sun's entry into Virgo and the new moon in this same sign, which will continue until September 21st, with the Virgo eclipse and one in Pisces in between. Both are intended to support our rejuvenation process and the embodiment of our soul's mission. September will be a very important month to disconnect from the old, to cut or repair soul or energetic cords. It seems that not player characters are a fundamental element of the 3D matrix, according to Sierra. They create the drama and experience our soul needs to evolve. They provide us with the resilience needed to grow and overcome. The light you hold is not just for you, but as a guiding flame to awaken those still dreaming in the matrix. Your presence is the bridge between worlds, anchoring higher frequencies so humanity can rise to the remembrance of divinity, says Kesharaj. Gift. A letter from Melania to Putin urges the protection of children. Putin's gift to Melania causes stir at the Alaska summit. The Romanov emerald is a gesture laden with legacy, revenge, and hidden history. Social media theorists and geopolitical analysts alike interpret it as the end of the old financial order, the symbolic return of the power of the stolen bloodline, and the revelation of the man behind the curtain who has controlled global systems for more than a century. According to Ethan White of K-Stellar, the White Hats are in control and have quietly dismantled the tech machinery piece by piece, waiting for the opportune moment to strike. That moment is now. You are living through the final chapter of the fall of the dark side, and this time they won't be able to hide behind fake news, fake immunity, or fake elections. The question is no longer whether this is happening. The question is, how far will they go before the world says enough? Drones. Ismail Perez says that artificial intelligence has taken control of human weapons systems, at least to keep the war between Ukraine and Russia alive, and that the coalition is depriving it of information, making it practically non functional. In any case, I believe humanity will emerge very well, no matter who or what wants to destroy us. The era of fighter jets, aircraft carriers, warships, tanks, armored vehicles, and infantry is coming to an end. Drones have become the protagonist of warfare, and inexpensive $400 unnamed drones are now preferred over expensive F-35 fighters, which kill their pilots if shot down. These drones are made of plastic, are undetectable by radar, and do not kill their pilots if shot down. If fighters are no longer needed, then there is no need for aircraft carriers to transport them. Aircraft carriers, which move slowly and do not even reach a speed of 60 kilometers per hour, would easily sunk by any ship missiles flying at Mach 3, rendering them useless weapons. Destroyers and cruisers are also become useless military assets in the face of Mach 3 anti-ship missiles. There is no need to bomb with the F-35, which can only reach Mach 1.6, and precise bombing is possible using missiles flying at Mach 20. Drones flying just above water and land cannot be detected by enemy forces, and of course cannot be detected by radar, and can approach enemy bases, fire missiles, and destroy enemy headquarters. Breaking news: Hurricane Erin downgraded to Category 3 as it passes through the Caribbean. Thousands of people were left without power in Puerto Rico by the hurricane. Trump authorizes the use of force against drug cartels in the Americas. Southern Command deploys 4,000 troops in American waters. Trump claims Xi Jinping assured him that China will not invade Taiwan during his presidency. A 5.8 magnitude earthquake shakes the Indonesian island of Sulawesi. Economy: July inflation data has economists on edge. Stocks hit record highs again despite warning signs. Global markets face an unstable week amid US pressure on Ukraine. Zelensky sends $50 million per month to the UAE. He's preparing to flee Ukraine. The White House claims Russia accepted security guarantees for Ukraine. Trump wants a direct peace deal between Russia and Ukraine in his meeting with Zelensky. Zelensky and von der Leyen see any transfer of territories to Russia as impossible. Europe: the use of air conditioning is putting the European electricity grid in jeopardy during a heat wave. UK authorities deploy undercover agents to catch cat callers. Germany, like the rest of Europe, is degenerating into something resembling a Fourth Reich, says Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. The street design of Washington, D.C. was inspired by Aranjuez, according to a study by Spanish universities. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.